Aloha, this is Maha Mike. I'm coming at you, and this is in response to a comment I received on my last video. Someone asked me about the Wim Hof method in the dark room. I definitely have a little bit of experience with the Wim Hof method. I'm a fan. Personally, I do feel that it's quite similar to yogic techniques of pranayama and ishnan, or cold water breathing, this and that. It's all good no matter what you call it. Though, and bringing this method, or bringing whatever method may have you into the dark room, is brilliant. It's exactly, in my opinion, what will benefit you, what will allow you to connect to that divine spirit within. Now, when I practice the Wim Hof method, I like to do the pranayama, the breathing, with a little bit of mudra or a little bit of arm motion, no? So it's a little bit kind of like Wim Hof on steroids. I found it a little bit more powerful, at least for the main pranayama portion. So I use this mudra where I take my hands out to the side and I inhale, and then I exhale. And I'm closing my eyes during this time. Now I'm making this like a meditation. I'm closing my eyes, I'm rolling them up and inward. Or you can focus on your nose, the tip of your nose, or your chin, or the crown of your head, whatever feels good for you. But experiment with it. But for me, this arm motion feels good, no? And at the end of my breath work, maybe I do 3 minutes of this. I inhale up. And now you have a choice, no? I like to hold my breath, and I squeeze my anus and my sex organs, and I press my tongue to the roof of the mouth, the soft part of the palate, like the palate. So you take your tongue and roll it up and back. If you can do Khechari Mudra, and you stick your tongue back behind that little punching bag. Waheguru. If not, just find the soft palate of the mouth and really stick it up there. Squeeze the rectum, the sex organs, the navel, and you're gonna feel that sort of that ecstatic buzz, sort of like that Kundalini energy. You can do that 3 times. You can hold the breath, squeeze, exhale, or you can do it again. You can also experiment with doing it with no breath in the lungs, which personally I love. So you can exhale totally, then squeeze up rectum, sex organs, and navel. The nice thing about this is you can also contract into the diaphragm then, and you're bringing Uddiyana Bandha into it. And if you are practice at yoga, you can also tuck the chin in and bring Jalandhar Bandh. It's sort of like a Mahabandh, the great band, the great bandha, the great lock, to align all of your channels. If you also practice Mahabandha another way, maybe you practice it by putting your hands on your knees and rolling your shoulders forward, tucking in the chin and getting at it. However you practice the bandhas, experiment with it. Find what's good for you. Again, I sometimes I like to go squeezing it, and then I come down, and then I roll into a Mahabandha where I'm locking in Jalandhar Bandh, Uddiyana Bandha, the diaphragm, and then the Mula Bandha. Experiment with it, no? But this pranayama exercise is gonna you're gonna have lots of lights going on. It's gonna be like a light show in the dark room, especially if you've been in there for 6-7 plus days. When you get to this point, this is the kind of thing that's gonna start to really get that Kundalini energy pumping. And there's many other exercises that you can do that will also get this kind of same ecstatic vibration. No, it's an getting rid of the carbon dioxide, getting rid of the garbage, and making room for all of that nourishing, amazing life force of oxygen and prana to move into your body, and then to vibrate it, to energize you. And so there's many things you can do. I mean, Yogi Bhajan came and taught many amazing Kundalini yoga exercises where you're, bringing the respiration in with breath and really getting at it. But I practice many of them in my home and also in the dark room. But in the dark room, I did find that the most potent exercise I could do were squats. Squats, whenever I would get into them, I could really start to see mandalas of golden stardust. Um, and also it allowed me to sit deeper into meditation, no? And so, I mean, you can do squats however you want, but I'm getting at a thing, but what I would recommend doing is when you're doing squats is also kind of get the arms involved. So you're squatting, you're coming up and inhaling, squatting down. And obviously you're doing a full squat. No, I'm just kind of almost on the ground right now. Enjoy it. Do find what methods work for you in the darkroom. Play with it. I do feel that the darkroom is a practice. It's a way, it can become a way of life, like a vipassana or a sadhana that you revisit every once in a while. Something like this. So for me personally, I don't view the darkroom as something I'm going to go in one time, I'm going to become enlightened, I'm going to come out and never need to do a practice again, or some sort of daily cleaning of the body and the mind. No, I mean, we're living in such a tumultuous time right now that I feel like every day I'm just either empathetically picking up on people's garbage, walking around, or living in the same vicinity, or through airplanes, et cetera, our thoughts and all the news can really weigh on you. So it's a constant cleansing for me. And the darkroom is a way to go deep into it and to get into it and to get in touch with yourself. And it's something that I'm going to continue to revisit through my life. And I recommend, that we always look at things in that manner, that there's no one solution, there's no one right answer. I mean, there's many paths, many rivers to the ocean. And the darkroom can be revisited again. So if you go in once and do the Wim Hof method, or do your Kundalini Pranayama, whatever you want to call it, or do your Qigong or Reiki work, or however, Zen meditation, maybe you go in the next time and you practice Tantra with a partner, or you go in and you practice self-healing through massage and fasting and rest. It's another thing we can do in the darkroom is to rest and to relax and, have fun with it. Really have fun with it. Adios. See you all soon. Let me know in the comments if you have questions or if you're interested in something. I've got lots of interesting thoughts coming through these days. Sitting with this beautiful Seba, trying to be with spirit and nature. Aloha, peace.